Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2 of the 2024 OTB Open. It's moving day out here at Swenson Park, all of it presented by MVP Disc Sports. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hotkeys.
Honk.
Honk.
Halfway through the year, on the West Coast swing, thriving.
Yeah, we're getting some sunshine out here. We went and did some tide pools earlier this week.
Yeah, we did.
And now we're going to watch the back nine on moving day. Here's where things get a little bit spicy. It's always a little bit windier. There's water literally everywhere.
Look at all this green. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, this is a nice way to start the back nine. Everyone on the lead card got it figured out. Holyn Handley currently with that 7-down hot round of the day so far.
Kat Mertsch trailing by 2. She is 6 down on the round. Ella Hansen not far behind. Everyone within striking distance, owned with literally the only bogey on the card, which is wild to say.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Let's start with hole 10. It's 347 feet, but a very scary 347 feet. Look at all of this water. To be aggressive, you really have to ride this out of bounds line and hopefully come in soft to this very hard pan green where you can get skips into the water pretty easily. That's not the only time you're worried though, because when you're putting, you can so easily hit the cage and roll. It's only about 10, 12 feet from the water's edge.
Yeah.
The basket. So yeah, safe play is playing it out wide right and maybe getting to circle two. We see a lot of layups on this hole for par.
Yeah, the most common play is definitely, or the most common mistake rather, is flexing it too far to the right and never really coming back in. This looks great from Ella.
Yeah, Ella throwing a slower speed disc off this tee, and it's such an advantage.
Swirly S-Line MD3. Sick. Holyn going fairway driver. This is an ESP Athena going, this is the mistake I was talking about, pulling it too wide. And she honestly has enough power to still find the water. But she's fine.
Yeah, it really leans back into that when it doesn't have enough time to get the flare skip that you're hoping for at the end.
Kat also flexing it out to the right with a Thunderbird here. This is in danger.
Oh my goodness.
That sucks. On land, but not safe. Oh. What a pretty line.
It's funny that it bounces off that little root that's sticking out.
Mm-hmm. Man, you hate to see this. That's such a good shot. Man, that guy really loved it. It was like a real goofy sounding, goofy movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
If you listen. I'm just kidding. Owen taking a way more aggressive route, and she's going to be really pushing that OB line.
Yeah, but we saw her make an even longer putt than this yesterday. She is hyped. She is here for it, people. Mm-hmm. I'm here for her.
Holyn just going to lay this one up. Oh, No,
okay. She is.
A very committed layup.
Really strong layup
right
game.
Right through her routine.
Powerful layup form. Owen going for it. Gotta be.
She sure is.
What an animal.
She is. She's just feeding off the crowd as she does.
Like, she literally makes this on the regular, and that is in the water for days if she misses. I mean, she probably would have gotten it back tomorrow morning, but you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Love seeing Ella run these.
Okay. You know when Owen says okay, it's on. That's a turkey for Ella.
Kat Mertsch out of bounds, but inside the circle, just outside the bullseye.
Nice par there. Ella gonna tie it up with that birdie. With Kat Mertsch, they are 2 strokes back of Holyn.
2 of the 6 birdies on the day were on our lead card.
1/3 for all you math nerds out there. Ella with Cooper's Hawk. 4 in a row.
Yes, and 1 stroke off the hot round right now, tied with Kat Mertsch.
Hole 11's a par 4, 599 feet. This is the turnover line. They brought in an OB line to the left quite a bit tighter. You see a lot of power players go out to the right on a hyzer. You can go kind of center cut, or you can go way out right and then go across the water on your second shot, swinging a hyzer around the low hanging limbs. You can instead challenge the low hanging limbs on a straight backhand, or you can swing it out wide with a forehand. You can do literally anything you can dream of on this hole. It's fantastic. They brought the basket quite a bit shorter this year. We've seen this tee pad in years past, but last year was off to the left of here. I think this is a really great change for FPO.
Yeah, it is scoreable by anyone in the field, but by no means is it easy.
Absolute bonus, I think, for the majority of the field. Or, I don't know, it's just so risky to get the birdie. Owen taking the left side with the sidearm flex. We saw Ella go big on the right.
Yesterday, we saw 12 people get to circle one and 12 birdies on the day, and we were both surprised by that because it is a difficult green to access without a distant sidearm.
But I mean, it's only $5.99, so technically reachable by everyone.
So we see the players on our lead card taking this wide right route and maybe trying to set themselves up for the hyzer around the water or around the branches over the water. But I think a lot of the FPO field is going to the left side and trying to play up the left. They both work great. Yeah,
it's interesting. If you're only watching lead card, you would think everyone does this. But legitimately, the majority of the field, I think, goes left side, as Madison said. Just kind of showing why these ladies are separating themselves and able to score so much on this course.
The forehand is so important. You can see Owen getting under those low-hanging branches, coming in a little hot.
Oh, too hot.
Oof.
Bad ground play. That was a good shot. To be fair, Owen's disc should probably do that more often.
Yeah.
So, it's okay to have one every now and again.
Yeah.
She's still got a chance to save par.
Ella going over the water, not quite committed, but inside the circle.
The only reason I say that is because Owen throws full speed drivers on her approach shots on intense angles.
Mm-hmm.
Holyn pretty close here, able to go slower speed around this into the tree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is she in circle two?
Yeah, I think so. Edge. Cat lining up. Spiky hyzer?
Yep. Very smooth.
Yeah, not even that spiky.
Nope.
Cool shot.
With a slower speed disc, I respect the play.
Yeah.
Holyn definitely running. Oh, she was.
She was.
Nice.
Just wasn't, that great.
Burn.
She's beating me by 20.
Owen to save par. Left side chains.
Ella for a birdie. Just a step inside the circle. Those are the ones that I swear make you a professional. Look at her go. That's 5 in a row.
Putting on a show for Pirate Island. We love the spectator area right here by the screen, just across the water, floating on their ship.
All they need is a cannon.
Yep. Pat Mertsch also going to card another birdie with that nice approach over the water.
Keeping pace with Ella, both of them now only one stroke back of Holyn.
Eight birdies on hole 11. We got to see 2 of them on our lead card.
This course is fun because usually there's only a few birdies on a lot of these holes, and we can kind of name off who got them because it's special. And out here, honestly, there's just so many birdies, so many ladies birdieing pretty much every hole.
But you're not necessarily just out here chilling, relax. Like, it's still a difficult course.
Yeah, I love it.
That's why props Leonard Muse again.
Props.
Hole 12, par 4 at 523 feet. Same as last year, just got to throw something out here in the grass area. No out of bounds to speak of, but they did tighten this island that you have to cross over the pond to get to. If you do not land safely on the island, there is a drop zone that's at about 45-ish feet.
Yeah, maybe, yep. Mm-hmm.
But right towards the water, and that out of bounds behind the basket is only about 10 feet away. So it's a scary little drop zone, almost usually an instant bogey.
Sidearm is a great play off the tee here. Ella swinging it nice and wide, making sure it stays in bounds. Plenty of distance to get across pretty easily on the second. She claps for herself.
We see some players doing this this line that Kat Mertsch is doing, going as far as she can on the left side of the fairway, really making a nice simple hyzer to the green.
Holyn with a powerful sidearm of her own here. That's just fine. Own with the flex. All great shots. As Madison was saying, they really tightened up this island.
Out of 46 competitors, only 19 made it onto the island. Sorry, 22. Close. "19 made it to circle one."
Where'd you read? Oh, okay. So Holyn makes it onto the island there. Ella goes forehand here, which you don't see a ton of, but man, she makes that look good. Leaves it just outside the circle. Owen with one of her more stable destroyers here. Oh,
man.
Kind of a heartbreaker. This is a mandatory drop zone if you do not get across. It always sucks to be on land, but out of bounds.
They really pinched that OB line as well this year. There was a right to left crosswind / headwind on this green, so you did have to come in with authority. That's why we see a lot of these shots landing closer to the deep side of circle one.
Here is Owen from the drop zone. Make or miss, quick.
Oh, God. Make.
Quick. Nice.
You can never say Owen's going to miss.
I know.
It would be a dumb bet.
That is a very intense putt, though. Let's see it again.
But, I mean, after that 1 on 10, she can do it. She can do any of them.
Sweet par save.
Flapping her way in. She's one of us.
One of us. Ella for 6 in a row. Wow.
Her putting is so fun to watch this weekend. Every single one is dead center.
Dead center. Doesn't look nervy. The pace is really good. I feel like she's releasing it kind of slower and calmer.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like how they're low and centered up.
So good.
No.
Sit down. Oh, that sucks.
Is that drop zone too?
Yeah, that's one thing I do not like about how close this out of bounds line is seeing those errant putts be so punished.
Mm-hmm. Just seems unnecessary.
Thankfully, there's only one green that's this bad. This close, I should say. 37% of the field birdieing this.
So it looks like they aren't sure whether it's regular OB rules or drop zone. So that's a provisional for Kat Mertsch. And honestly, I'm not sure either because the way it reads is anything from the fairway going across must proceed to the drop zone. Mm-hmm. It doesn't say anything about once you are across. So I would assume that the way she played it first is correct.
Yes. Let's do a quick chase card check-in on hole 13.
Paige Pierce working kind of a slower speed disc, nice and straight. Looks like she gets into the circle.
Laser beam.
Not quite. She's actually just outside. Wide straddle here.
Ooh.
Oh, big putt.
Aggressive Anheuser putt. Bouncing back from a bogey.
With authority.
That's going to put Ella into second place right now.
Yeah, 2 strokes. Swing over Kat Mertsch, 1 behind Holyn.
This is the game changer. Step onto the course with the Pure Premium Disc Golf Bag, adding a touch of glamorous flair to your play. Use the code DGPT at puredisc.net for the best price. Upgrade your game. Upgrade your look.
Hole 13 is a par 3. We just saw Paige Pierce get the birdie. It's only 314, but tricky. One tree on the left kind of blocking the forehand, a couple trees on the right blocking the flex. You see a few different things. You see the hyzer flip straight shot. You see more of a flex out and around. These oak trees are pretty massive, so they do kind of make for some interesting putting. It's only 314, so it kind of gets in your head. It feels like a must get, but honestly, not that many people get it. I would say most common mistake is kind of pin high, left or right, just depends on the line.
Yeah, we saw Ella make a similar mistake yesterday, just a little bit high, but with her slower speed disc, you kind of do have to push that ceiling to get all the way there. It was a little bit of a headwind, sometimes gusting pretty strong on this fairway. You can see Holyn's disc kind of turning as well. The wind did not let it come back once you showed the underside of that disc. Unless you're own and you're throwing really
destroyer.
Overstable destroyers.
That's great. And I think this hole kind of needs that today, the extra stability in the headwind.
Ooh.
Cat Mertsch with a Halo Hawkeye. And that's kind of what I was talking about. Pin high right. Great shot. Just kind of hard to park it like Owen did.
Ella forced to throw an approach shot. Nice little forehand flashing the pan. Yeah, only 9 people got to circle 1 while 29 got to circle 2.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones that's weirdly trickier than it looks. All of you sitting on your couch at home who are like, I could get this all day.
You're wrong.
Come out here. It's harder than it looks.
Yeah, come. Come on.
Dare you.
Do it.
I'll play with you. It'll be fun.
Cat coming up on the cage.
Oh, man. Great looking bid from Owen there. I thought she was a little bit closer, honestly.
Me too.
My bad. Holyn coming back for a little par save here. Keeps the scorecard squeaky clean. Pretty impressive to see Holyn and Ella bogey free. Wait, Cat? No, she just got that bogey. That was her first bogey?
Yep.
Math.
So.
No one on the lead card able to get this birdie here.
Yep, there were only 7 birdies today. But you're stoked about this one.
Yeah, you are.
Especially in the wind.
Right
13 and 14 are 2 holes that on paper look so easy. And you get out there and you're like, oh, the line's a little weird. Ceiling's a little weird. Trees are a little weird.
It's all a little weird.
Wind's a little weird. Green. You guessed it. Weird. And here is hole 14.
I feel like you summed it up already.
I sure did.
Weird.
Enough said. It's 319 feet. I like the hyzer line, which is not where the drone is flying, trying to sneak through the trees. You can go wide hyzer or outside the trees and hope to get some skips in. You can go forehand up the left side. We'll definitely see Ella do that. We saw her do it yesterday. An elevated basket that keeps things interesting. It was a tailwind.
Yeah. You see all sorts of shots on this one, even more than most of the holes. Ella with the power sidearm here with her swirly S-line DD3. Great shot. And Ella with a slower start than Holyn, but really reeling her in, putting some pressure on her with this shot.
Ooh.
Ah, that looked great. It's still good.
Yeah. Holyn checking up just on the circle's edge.
Mm-hmm. Owen with a flexier line here. Actually, nope. That is pure hyzer, but probably a little too early.
In own land for a birdie.
Yeah, not bad.
Cat, the only one to line up that backhand route.
Which, again, I think is probably more common.
It's way more common.
Yeah. And it's interesting, there's multiple routes. Madison said she takes the hyzer. I do more of a flex line. Cat caught early, has to go to a knee, little touchy sidearm approach, and catches a weird root. It's just weird. It's weird.
It is weird, and she checks up right on circle's edge, a tester to save the par.
But like on a root.
Man.
Inches away on the last two big putts. Look at this.
Ahoy.
That was the most awkward, most wonderful par save putt I've ever seen in my life.
Slow mez.
Slow mez.
Okay,
Do it.
we'll just have to leave that one in our imagination.
I'm just going to close my eyes for a second and just replay it in my head.
Let's see if Holyn can match.
Yes, she can. Confident putt.
And with a little fist pump, okay. Flexing on him.
I feel like she just took that business call. She's leaking into business.
She sure is. Only 8 people got to circle 1 in regulation. 26 got to circle 2. Ella making it look easy. 1 out of 10 birdies today.
And Holyn and Ella pulling away from Cat a little bit, pulling away from Own here.
Pulling away from probably the most of the field.
Yeah, that is how math works.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys tell we've been studying?
Yeah. Our algebra books.
Yeah, we got one of those GED,
We just,
like math books.
yeah.
Brush up.
We just flip through it really fast.
Yeah,
We take it in.
math is a feeling, as they say. Hole 15's a par 3. It's 209 feet, very tricky. OB line on the left. It's a triple mandatory to start. You're not really thinking about it. Power sidearm, especially kind of a low flexing sidearm or very straight pushing sidearm, can both work. There's a sneaky gap on the right for the backhands. I have a feeling we're going to see at least 3 sidearms here.
Ooh. Ella pushing that left side tree as you have to. Man,
Very good shot.
it's fun to watch her throw these right now. They're
Her-
so committed.
Sidearm and her putt just like on fire. Oh,
Holyn a little early release, a little high, but that's okay. It's better to check up early than it is way down there because that green can come into play so fast.
definitely the first large unforced error we've seen from Holyn this round.
Own working the flex and getting inside the circle.
So good. Honestly, I think that is the shot. It just feels scarier, I think, for most players because that initial flight is going straight towards out of bounds. Like Cat Mertsch's shot here, a little closer than you want, but fine. It just feels scary. See?
Yeah.
And Own's so comfortable with that shot.
Huh? Also, it says 299, but it's, again, uphill and low ceiling, so it plays a little bit more than that. These are some crushes from sidearms from these ladies.
Yeah, you probably need 325 sidearm power.
Yep, to get to this, to where they are parking it.
Ella for a birdie. Wow.
Just stacking them up.
And to tie up Holyn.
I wish we could have mic'd up smack talk.
Oh, I would die. How much money would you pay for that?
Oh, so much.
Give me a number.
I'd chip into the pot for sure.
Yeah, me too.
$4.
Oh, man. Okay. I mean, I'd do like...
14.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd approach 20, I think, to listen to what they had to say on this round.
Cat Mertsch and Own also with some impressive birdies.
Leave in the comments. We'll mic them up tomorrow if you guys pay us.
We'll make this happen.
We'll make it work.
And remember, we're doing it for you.
Yeah, for you, but pay us. Tie at the top. Ella Hansen, let's go.
Even though Holyn taking a par on that one, still really taking advantage on moving day.
And still bogey free, both of them, Holyn and Ella.
Yep.
Cat Mertsch still in striking distance, just the one bogey.
OTB and MVP have curated another release of discs exclusively for the OTB Open. Here's Phase 1, highlighted by the Tempo and the Proton Soft Plastic. Scan the QR code now and check out the full lineup at OTB Discs or a retailer near you.
Moving on to the newly designed hole 16. Love the change here. You got to throw over this out of bounds green, or you can sneak up the right side and avoid it altogether. Don't go in the water. You got to save that for your second shot. The basket is perched on this little mound. It used to be deeper. We can see the MPO basket in the distance. I like the change here because you have to go across the water, but you also have to be thinking about trying to land as close as you can to this basket. There is out of bounds on the left-hand side of the green if you get a big skip to the left.
The power sidearm is pretty awesome here to get enough distance and just not really have to think too much about that OB green. Ella's definitely far enough to go across without having to worry too much. I would say to really not think about the water crossing on the second shot, you want to land about 20 or 30 feet farther than that.
Yeah, no one's really worried about it on this card except for maybe Own, but she gets far enough left that she's definitely not worried about it.
Yeah.
But Kat, Holyn, and Ella, they're
Probably not even thinking about it.
It's not a question. Kat even pushing way far to the right.
That's going to be a little shorter than you'd like. It is definitely doable from up there. She might have a fleeting thought about the water.
Maybe.
Fleeting. Holyn with a big power sidearm here. That looks great.
This played as the second most difficult hole of the day, averaging at almost a half stroke over par.
I do think this is a good change, but I think this was probably the easiest hole last year, or at least one of them.
Yeah.
Because we saw like multiple eagles. Wow. Okay, not even a fleeting thought.
Nope. This hole played a little bit tougher today because there was a tailwind on the tee pad that really pushed drives down. I bet a lot more people found the green than they were expecting. The wind really did not let disc go as far as you wanted. And then you're a little out of position, but you still think, I'm going to go for it. And then you find out of bounds.
Yeah.
So it was really easy to have like that stacking mistake thing happening on this one.
Yeah, it really pushed the tee shots down for sure. You're correct. Even like all three of these shots shorter than we're used to seeing.
Definitely.
Ella leaves that one definitely shorter than you'd like. Kat and Holyn inside the circle for the birdie looks. Here's Own more to the left, throwing more of a pure hyzer shot. Ooh. Squeaks over.
Definitely windy on the screen as well. A tailwind for Own.
Tailwind as well.
Never really had a chance.
Ella from a similar distance here. Comes up short.
It's hard to really attack on this green because it drops off on all sides. Cat with a headwind.
Oh, yeah.
Floating it in there.
Yeah, she does. That's a good one with Ella missing there, staying in the mix for the lead. Here's Holyn for a birdie. Take the solo lead back.
Oh, man. Super business.
Yeah, it's been an interesting transition.
Mm-hmm. She's got to really put her focus face on the back nine. Own with another par. Not quite as many birdies as she wants out here as she is capable of, but still looking fairly clean. There were only 7 birdies on hole 16 today, with 14 people getting to circle 1, so this green played tough.
Oh, Miss Madison Walker.
Oh, chase card check-in?
Look at her go. Look at that bow in her scrunchie.
Borrowed scrunchie from Maria Oliva, but I did not borrow this shot. That was all me.
You're going to go back-to-back park jobs on this thing?
Yeah. Out over the water. It's where I'm comfortable.
Holyn and Ella tied for the hot round at 10 down. Holyn still leading the way over Ella by 1.
Love seeing 2 people with 10 downs right now.
Sweet. Hole 17, we just saw a little bit of it. It's a par 4, 569. You can take the left side or the right side off the tee. You just want to kind of get to the corner left of the water, right of that last big tree and that OB green that's over there. Second shot, you usually have to carry over at least part of the water or do a kind of a risky sidearm that is overland the whole way, but fading towards the water. They brought the OB line on the left in quite a bit this year, so you can't just bail out and play for par quite as safely. It kind of forces you to go for it a little bit, which I'm a fan of. Here's the left side flex play from Kat Mertsch.
She can definitely find the water here, so she's got to be careful. Thankfully, she grabs that branch, and that's a perfect place to land.
Holyn, I was going to say maybe a bit low on this sidearm.
Yeah, she's going to have to play
Yeah.
from up on top of the hill, which brings this left side branch into play, more of a hyzer angle to the green.
That's much better height here from Ella, also with the sidearm in the perfect spot.
There was a right to left wind on this tee shot, and it got a lot stronger on the second half of the fairway.
It could kind of shift into more of a headwind as well, depending.
Totally.
Owen burns her sidearm into the ground pretty early. I hate doing this, but I want to say birdie. Well, it's not out of play. Just look how far it is. It's pretty risky.
She's still...
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oof, that was a
Yeah.
very aggressive play from Owen.
Turned and burned pretty early. Holyn,
Facing that headwind.
head on.
Yep. And still putting it out. A little bit of a slower speed disc. Just outside the circle.
So common to land there. Really difficult to force yourself to push the water enough and land on that little tiny peninsula.
Cat putting it up high, letting the wind do some work for her.
Great trust. Ella doing the sidearm play, which feels absolutely insane to me, but I do understand it on paper.
Just if you come up short. Oh,
Yeah, big if, but she's got that in the circle. And, you know, not having to throw from back here if she messes up.
Oh, and with the little standstill chip up to the green.
No problem.
Nice recovery. She's going to have to settle for bogey. Holyn, one step outside the circle. She running it?
Yeah, I think she's running it. No. I think she was. I think she was, but she didn't.
Her body said no.
Funny how that happens. Ella to tie it back up. Yes, Ella.
And a little fist pump.
To move to 11 down.
Wow.
How'd this one play
Bogey
today?
free right now. Bogey
Her
free.
and Holyn, 10, 11 down.
This one played top 5 most difficult. Averaged about 0.2 of a stroke over par. 25% of the field getting it. There were 11 birdies with 13 people inside the circle.
I feel like FPO definitely figuring this one out over time.
Yeah, I thought this was going to play, a lot tougher today with the wind.
Cat caging that short putt. You can see she's upset at that one. Still having a good round. Still only 3 strokes back of the leaders. 1 to go. Clutch putt from Ella. Wow. Look at Ella's back 9.
Unreal. And last but not least, hole 18. Got to go up the middle, can't go out wide to the right. There's out of bounds all the way down the left side and natural out of bounds on the right side. It's pretty brutal in there. Once you get to the corner and turn right, there is a keyhole-shaped fairway with the green expanding a little bit around this elevated basket. It was a tailwind off the tee and right to left as you got down towards the green. This one, it's just important to keep something, to get something far off the tee and open up that second shot so you can attack the green.
Ella going mid-range here. Swirly S-line MD3. Putting some turn on it and challenging the corner, but gets past it. She can attack from there. It was weird because it was a tailwind, but I feel like,
Tailwind left to right.
yeah. I think the left to right was stronger than it felt more like a tailwind. Oh no, on the tee, but then it was really pushing discs over towards that corner.
It sure was.
Very early release from Cat Mertsch. She hits the Mando tree. She hasn't missed it, but a strange mistake.
Holyn working the left side. Going to get tangled up just behind one of those fairway trees. It's a pretty common landing area.
I think she'll
She might be
have a
past.
chance, yeah. to attack for birdie.
Thought Owen was going to go forehand here, so
Never.
naturally. Backhand.
And a good one.
Mm-hmm. Kat Mertsch going to have to settle for par at best here. Just trying to get something up to the corner.
I was surprised not to see a forehand here.
Me
and that
too.
is just a brutal kick.
Still not even to the corner. Thankfully, it opens up just beyond this corner, so she can bite a little bit off, but she's pushing that OB.
And looking at double bogey at best, and now...
Oh,
this is a
man.
disaster. Like,
Oh,
actually...
No.
Oof. Holyn gonna go for it from back here. That needs to fade. It's looking good. It needs to check up. Fantastic.
Nice. It's so hard to tell from this area if you landed safe or not. You really do have to wait for the spotter because...
Yeah, or the crowd.
Yeah, the green is out of view.
And
somehow.
this is one that's obviously a backhand, so Owen's going to go forehand here.
Oh, I just don't understand.
And she's parked. What a legend, my friends.
I'm not going to talk about her shots. I'm just going to be like, yes, Owen did it. Okay, moving on.
An enigma.
I don't understand the shots.
It works for her.
It sure does.
Ella, body language says yes.
Result is good. Bullseye putt for another birdie.
What a round. Ella, I mean, just slightly slower to start than her competitors, but then really putting her foot on the gas in the final stretch. Well, I mean, can't even call it the final stretch. The entire back nine.
Yep. Kat chipping up. She's going to be in the bullseye.
For a triple.
And that's a heartbreaking finish.
Yeah, rough way to end it for sure. Here's Holyn to move to 11 down. Let's go.
And Party Holyn is stoked with her round.
Yeah, she is. Here is Ella to move to 12 and to tie it up at the top. They're both 20 down on the tournament. Ella with the 12 down round. I'm just going to check real quick. 1034.
Wow.
Rated.
That's
round.
amazing.
Yeah. Holland's 11 down, 1026 rated. Insane.
3 birdies on the lead card. There was only 6 on the day. Really impressive. Showing.
Kat with a good round, but with that triple going to drop 7 strokes back of the leaders. Rough way to end it.
And yeah, you can see that back nine typically playing more difficult. Kat and Owen showing us maybe a little bit more typical back nines, but Holyn and Ella just foot on the gas the whole time. No mistakes allowed.
I think they're in like F-18 jets, actually. Like, look at them pull away from the field. There's 7 strokes ahead of Kat Mertsch, who's in third. Owen Scoggins going to round out our lead card tomorrow. Kind of a battle for first and a battle for third, it looks like, at this point.
Yep, to be in the top 10, 3 under is what you gotta do. Moving down, top 20, almost everyone is under par. It's we got one more day out there today. I think the forecast stays pretty much the same. Yep, we got not a lot of wind in the forecast, a ton more sunshine. It's pretty classic California out here, and we are loving it. All the geese are out on the course with their little babies.
Except for us.
And we will be out there with no babies tomorrow. Thanks again to the Founders Club. Come hang with us in round 3 for the OTB Open presented by MVP. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.